This frame residence on Coral Way is one of a significant collection of the earliest homes built in the city. Its distinctive steep gable roof slope and wraparound porch distinguishes it as a product of the early years of the Coral Gables development. This house was one of the first buildings to be constructed by George Merrick in the development of his suburb Coral Gables. This is evident both by the house's vernacular architectural style and its building permit number 24, which indicates that it was built in 1922. As the first lots in Coral Gables were sold just the year before, this house at 1032 Coral Way is among the first generation of buildings to be constructed in the city. The Hamden family acquired the house in 2004 from famous Dr. Rico Perez. Although the new owners implemented impact windows and doors, most of the house maintains its original design.
We bought the house in the summer of 2004, and we always loved historic homes. We used to own a historic home in Coconut Grove, and the minute we walked in, we just loved it. Actually, before we walked in, we loved the corals, the terraces, the spaces, and the nature of the house is just gorgeous. We don't want to change anything about it. That's why we bought it. We fell in love with the house, the way it is, with the history of it.
As a matter of fact, the Hamden family wanted to give their house a more historic look rather than a modern. They remodeled the bathrooms, changing their tiles and marble to coral rocks imported from the Dominican Republic.
There are some gorgeous new constructions, and I admire them, but it is beautiful to live in a house that's very unique and that has history. Historic homes have something to say, and the minute you either drive by or walk into a historic home, you can feel the spirit, per se, of the house. Our house, the way it is today, is, I think, the perfect representation of Coral Gables. We have a historic home with an interior that's contemporary. The spaces are gorgeous. We have beautiful landscaping that we try to keep as natural of the area as possible. And the location, it's great. I am in the city, but yet I have a home that resembles, a hacienda or a farmhouse. So that's what we love about the house.
The house at 1032 Coral Way expresses a simple vernacular design, but totally unique in Coral Gables. There's no other house in the City Beautiful that has the shape and character of this building. It is clear that George Merrick had special plans for this home due to its vernacular style that does not fit into any given architectural style. The uniqueness of this house has been recognized by the city several times. In the 1980s, it received an award for its excellence on historic preservation, in 1990 for its design and architecture, and has been designed twice as a landmark building in the city. There is no doubt that the property located at 1032 Coral Way is the perfect representation of the magnificence and elegance that gave origin to the city of Coral Gables. Coming up, a historic house that has been beautifully preserved in the outside as well as the inside. We take you back in time as we tour this Mediterranean Revival architecture house in Granada, when we return to Historic Homes of Coral Gables.